All right, Aruna Kebira is joining me right now. He's the Chief Executive Officer at Globalview Capital Market. Mr. Kebira, thank you for joining us, and thank you again for your patience. I don't know why the network is so poor this morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Now I can hear you. Welcome to the program. Thank
you very much.
Speak to me about what happened last week since the transition of Oscar Onyema as the Group Chief Executive Officer to the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC. Now, what has been happening in the market? And what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Let me start from there. Since there's no Nigerian Stock Exchange, we have three companies now. NGX PLC, NGX Redco. What's the other one? I've forgotten. What's the other one? With what we have now, the NGX PLC, and that we have Oscar Onyema as the group CEO. We have three companies. What should Nigerians be expecting? What does this even mean after the demutualization process? I did say we have the Nigerian Exchange Group PLC, NGX Redco. What's the third one? I can't remember. It's not coming to my brains right now. There are three companies. So speak to my viewers about that.
Yeah, before now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, before now, the exchange was limited by guarantee. It was not for profit. But you now discover that for every year to year, they were having a lot of reserves. I believe that what we are going to see going forward, now that the exchange is open for business, is that it's going to favor shareholders. But as we speak, the shares are actually limited in the hands of the former daily members who are now trading license holders. But I believe that what has been happening in the Nazi OTCs on the 13th of April, there have been an exchange of shares from one hand to the other. And maybe before long, we'll discover that this share will find their way into other people's. And I believe that in the long run, that the shareholders will go to be better off, because I believe that now that the exchange is set to do business, when the company is declaring and pay good dividend, there is no way the price will not be positively impacted on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
So the concept of demutualization, which we're seeing right now, is that the NGX PLC is traded on the NASD OTC, isn't it? But explain that concept.
I think it's a pass-through. Are you here? Can
you
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I think it's a pass-through. In the beginning, the shares were put in a memorandum account with CSES, which was not tradable. On the 13th, it was listed on Nazi OTC for trading. And we know how Nazi OTC operates, because the difference between the exchange and the Nazi is that for exchange, for a price to move up or down, which we call bottle lot, you need like 100,000 units. But the Nazi is like 5,000. I believe that the NGX group share is still coming to be listed on the floor of the NGX Limited. I think it's just a transition. It's a stop buy, because as we speak, it's still not listed. That is why it's trading on the OTC for now. I believe when the NGX management is ready, they will bring it to the Nigerian Stock Exchange to come and list fully.
Okay, let me just ask a very, let me ask this question. For those that have been watching the market and we've seen the transition, and they are not used to having to see the Nigerian Stock Exchange anymore, where do people like you now trade the shares? Where do people like you trade the shares? I'm asking this question like a basic market woman.
Sorry, but the other one, okay, come back.
Okay, I did ask earlier, since we do not have the Nigerian Stock Exchange right now. In fact, when you go, the website is still under construction for the NGX PLC. What a basic question will be, where are people like you trading the shares right now? On what platform?
I'm sorry, but the audio was also lost. I can't really get you. The network is frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
But I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Since we've seen that transition, since the 6th of April, that Oscar Onyema transited to be the GCEO of NGX PLC, where do you and your colleagues now trade your shares if we're not having anything like the Nigerian Stock Exchange anymore?
In fact, I think it's just the corporate identity that have changed. Like me, I still trade through my VPN in the office, via my VPN to the trading engine in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. I think it's just a change of name. I don't think there's anything that actually changed substantially. If not for the pandemic, that the floor has been locked. I believe that traders will be on the floor doing their business as we speak. I trade from my office through via the VPN. Some have the other machine to trade with the XNet. Some trade from the XNet. In some houses, they have both the XNet and they have the VPN. But I prefer the VPN because I carry it with my laptop.
Okay, so finally, what's your outlook for this week?
Sorry about that. Let me.
What's your outlook for this week for equities? What's your outlook?
Yeah, I think yesterday we begin to see inflow of quarter one. I think I saw the UVA. I have the belief that as quarter, because that is what the market has actually been waiting for, and the quarter one result will look like. I believe by the time they begin to enter the market and they meet the market expectation, we will actually see movement in the market.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kebira, for joining us. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you very much.
All right, I've been speaking with Aruna Kebira, who is the Chief Executive Officer at Globalview Capital Markets. That's the much we can take on today's edition of the program, despite the poor network. Thank you also for hanging out with us. Please do join us again tomorrow. I am Nancy Naji. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching our video. Please hit the subscribe button below, turn on post notification to follow all our updates.